Hi, I'm Steve Amburgey, a broker sales associate with Realty Executives in Central Florida, the Vice President, My Florida Regional MLS. I'd like to take 5 minutes to speak with you about negotiating a win-win in real estate. First and foremost, be kind. I've been involved in all types of negotiations, and it's so frustrating when the other side immediately gets adversarial. By truly working with your fellow real estate professionals, you'll put a lot of deals in your pocket. Second, set the stage for a win-win. Make it easy for everyone by checking your ego at the door. Remind everyone that you're the non-emotional party in the transaction. It helps to be prepared by having all the information you need at your fingertips or just a click away on the internet. Be calm, cool, and collected. For example, I recently had an offer come in on one of my listings. The offer was very low as the sales associate used distressed properties as the comparables. The listing was a traditional sale. When I went back armed with market stats to work with the sales associate, she got very defensive and argued with me. A few days later, the property sold to another buyer for thousands of dollars above what the low offer was. The lesson? Ask what it will take to close the deal. When the going gets tough, check your emotions and play it cool. Be professional. Keeping all sides in control is an art and it takes patience. Smile and remember, there is some truth in the saying that the first person to speak loses. The third thing is to have a strategy, know the outcome of your customer desires, then develop a strategy to deliver and use your strategy to overwhelm them with information supporting your position. Or it may be to play devil's advocate, so it's up to you. But once you have a strategy in place, you must have the supporting documents to back it up. For example, I helped an attorney negotiate a $5.5 million deal. The attorney was working with an investor in Canada and used me to glean information about properties. My strategy was this: I wanted properties that could be bought and turned around for a profit within a 2-year period. So I pulled all the market data, identified the properties, and helped them price them when they were ready to resell. They only have 14 of the original 90 units left. They've made a $4 million profit. It was a total team effort, but we all knew the end goal. The fourth tip is to close the deal. If you have a seller who wants to sell and a buyer who wants to buy, then your best strategy may be just to get out of the way. So many professionals want to show a customer how great they are at negotiating when it's not necessarily needed. As a transaction broker, you must know your place in the transaction. Treat all parties fairly and do not disclose confidential information unless permitted to do so. At the end of the day, in order to have a win-win, you have to be humble and have the attitude of, what can I do to make this work? I've sat all the parties down at a table and negotiated the whole deal at the table, which is a bit unorthodox, but if a buyer wants the property and the seller truly wants to sell, bringing all the parties together can finally make it work. Finally, I've been coached by 2 great real estate professionals who've shared the following with me. A, always leave some meat on the bone for the next buyer. That comes from a good friend, Dick Richwine. Richwine is nearing $1 billion sold in real estate in Indiana and is one of the best negotiators I've ever known. And B, when you show up to closing table, only 3 things should take place: show up, shut up, and pick up. Our past realtor and friend, Jerry Gwynn, was a top producer in the Central Florida real estate market and past president of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. If you want to negotiate a win-win, be prepared. Know your market, listen more, and talk less.